homework done. All right, so today. Now, the thing about fractions is, I heard somebody already say, how do I divide fractions again? What is it called?
Keep change flip.
Yeah, but I don't like that. We're just going to say it properly. Multiply by the
Reciprocal.
Yeah, we're going to sound mathematical this year. All right, you multiply by the reciprocal. All right, and the reciprocal is when you just change the numerator and the denominator. Let me show you kind of how they figured that out, just so you understand. If you ever get in trouble and you're not sure exactly, I want everybody to look up here for a second. Let me show you why or how they figured it out. The first thing is they said, if I take 4 and I divide it by 1/2. All right, somebody tell me what 4 divided by 1/2 is. Now, don't embarrass me. 4 divided by 1/2 is 2.
Yeah.
2. 2. 2, good. 2, girls, you want to tell them the right answer? Girls, do you want to tell them the right answer?
Wait, 8.
What's the right answer again? Well, some of you are just bold now. You just know.
Wait,
I'm
sir.
not going to try. What?
8?
Why 8?
Because you're dividing in. Wait, I know there's a reason.
Yeah, there is a
It's
reason.
4. Oh, it's
So-
because
so-
you flip the.
Yeah, but before this is why I'm telling you about the keep, change, whatever you guys said. It doesn't make any sense to me. But again, what I want to do is I want to show you why or how they figured out that you need a reciprocal. So this is what I want you to show. This is a demonstration, again, that I think is super important. So just watch. 4, I always think of when I do this is, of course, everything was about pizza for me. All right. So I always thought of fractions as pizzas. All right. So I have 4 pizzas. And I cut those pizzas in what? Half. So now I'm going to cut them in half. So if I cut them in half, I have what? How many slices? 8. Not 2. I have what? 8. So we know that 4 divided by 1/2 is 8. The question is, the mathematicians got together and said, well, how do we figure out, or how did we know that was 8? Or there's got to be some mathematical explanation. So they looked at the numbers and said, wow, 4 divided by 1/2 is the same. William, here's where you're listening. 4 times what? 2. It's the same as 4 times 2. Does everybody agree with that? Right, so then they're like, wow, that's kind of weird. What did I do to this number right here? We said we did what?
You changed.
But what's the math word for it, though? Changed. Flip is something you spin around, right? That's why they call it flip. But there's a mathematical term for it.
Oh, it's like something.
That is exactly what it is, actually. It's exactly reciprocal. All right? So again, they said, wow, that's pretty cool. We'll just give this a word. All right? Instead of saying flip or change, they said what? We're going to take the what? Reciprocal. All right? So now you understand why you multiply by the reciprocal. You multiply by the reciprocal because you wanted to understand the numbers better. And when somebody says 4 divided by 1/2, most people in the world say 4 divided by 1/2 is what? 2. That's what most people say. All right? Because they're not thinking about it logically. 4 is what you have, and you're splitting those 4s into what? Halves. If you split the 4s into halves, you'll have what? 8 altogether. Is everybody with me on that? So hopefully now you have a little better understanding of why it's keep, switch, flip, or whatever you guys learned. All right? I don't think that's necessary for us. We're now supposed to talk in math terms. We say, put your hand down. We say when you're dividing fractions, you multiply by what? The reciprocal. All right? Now, I tried to emphasize which reciprocal are we doing? We're taking the reciprocal of the second number. The first number doesn't change. The first number doesn't change. All right? So if I said to you, for example, 2/3 divided by 3/5, we would say that is the same as what? 2/3 times what?
5/3.
Times 5/3. That's what it was. And then you would just multiply just like you did yesterday. So if you know how to multiply, you now know how to what? Divide. If you just can remember the single most important rule with dividing fractions, multiply by the reciprocal. Keep your hands down because I'm doing a great job today. All right, all you got to do is listen. All right? So any type division with fractions, multiply by the reciprocal. And again, the reciprocal doesn't just have to be for fractions. For example, if I said this, if I said 6 divided by 3, I would want everyone to know that's the same as 6 times 1/3. That's the same as 6 times 1/3. Because 3 is the same as what? 3/1. And the reciprocal of 3/1 is what? 1/3. All right? So these are the types of things that can help you with numbers. And this is what my job is this year, is to try to help you better understand numbers. All right? That's why this is critical. All right? So now what I want to do is I want to go back now, and I just want you to write 1 through 6 on your paper real quick, because these are easy. All right? We're just going to talk about the multiplicative inverse. And the multiplicative inverse is probably the same as the what? Guess what? Reciprocal. Thank you very much. All right? The multiplicative inverse is the same as the reciprocal. All right? So, Morgan, what's the answer to number 1?
7/6.
You're brilliant. 7/6. All right, now number 2 we have a little problem with. We can't take the reciprocal until we do what?
Until you make an improper fraction.
Yes, thank you. Hold up. You make it an improper fraction. So, I want you to tell me, Jake, if I make that an improper.
11/2.
What type of 11?
-11/2.
Right, so we're going to write that as -11/2.
Make that 2/11.
Close.
Negative.
Right. So then the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse would be -2/11. -2/11. All right, now generally the negative just stays what? Out in front. All right, generally the negative stays out in front. All right, here, come on. Tell me about number 3, kiddo. What's the reciprocal of that? Now remember, yay, almost though. Negative, there we go. All right, that's brilliant. Because again, if you're having trouble, you just make it 63/1, right? And then we do the reciprocal of that, -1/63. Beautiful.
If it's -63, wouldn't it be 1/?
That's what I'm saying. Come on. Just think it through before you put your hand up and correct me. All right? Oscar? No, I'm going to go around. Everybody's going to get a shot today, I promise you. I'm just going to go around the room. All right? Because Ryan's up with this one. All right, number 4, Ryan.
99/10.
Right, 99/10 first, and then?
10/90.
Right, 10/99. Beautiful. All right, Lily. Tell me about number 5.
Make it 1/1.
Don't forget the what, though?
Negative.
Yes, good job. All right. All right, CC, tell me.
35.
Yeah, that's it, guys. 35/11. Come on now. Anybody have any issues with that? That's very easy, right? Super easy. All right. Now, we're actually going to get into the math, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab these and pull them down at the bottom for me so I can help you with the division. All right, here we go. All right, now, tell me, what do I do here? That's exactly right. Good job, good job. So I want everybody to write down on their paper. You don't have to write the division, just write the reciprocal part, all right? You don't have to write the original problem. just write negative 4/5 neatly. Neatly. And I want the whole thing worked out. Negative 4/5 times 9/8. Now your job is to tell me, remember, is it positive or negative? Shh.
Negative.
Negative. Thank you. Now what can be reduced?
4 and 8.
Yep, so that becomes a
1,
yep.
2,
Good. Final answer.
9 over 10.
That's super easy. All right.
Negative. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the negative's already out there. Negative's already out. Now again, you're kind of judging for yourself now, saying if you understand this or not. And if you did the multiplication yesterday, you checked your answers like I asked you to, you knew how to do the multiplication. All right, yes, ma'am. No. Once you get the answer, you're done. The only thing you do is you take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Then you're done. You just change division to multiplication, and then you always try to reduce if you can. Good for you, Austin.
Are we gonna, we have to do simplest form.
Yeah, always simplest form. Always. That's just like, you don't write 2/4.
Can it be an improper fraction?
What did I tell you yesterday? What did I say yesterday, guys? Always write in what? Improper fractions. Because when you get to advanced math, we don't write mixed. We always write it, now, I'm also assuming that you can do what? Convert to a mixed fraction. If you took a standardized test and they said, write this as a mixed fraction, I hope you can do that. That's why I really don't care. Okay? All right. So here we go. Lily, you're up. Number 8.
Okay, so, a new split where you divide by a reciprocal. 35 times 35 over 2.
Beautiful. And now what?
You can reduce,
That's right.
7 and 35. 7 to 1. 7 to 5.
Final answer.
25 over 2.
And then we always double check for the sign. Thank you. All right, guys. Come on now. Everybody's agreeing with that? That's easy. Very easy. All right, William, you're up, buddy. Help me out with number 9. What am I doing?
So, first it would become negative 2 over 1.
Beautiful.
And then it would be 4/9 times 1 over 2.
Good job. Don't forget the negative, right?
And you go 4 times 1.
Well, what can we do first, though?
Oh, you can cross cancel 4
That's
and
right.
2.
So what does that become?
2 becomes a 1, and 4 becomes a 2.
Uh-huh.
And 2 times 1, then 2 times 1 is 2. And then 9 times 1 is 9. It would be negative 2 over 9.
Yes, sir. Negative 2 over 9. Negative 2 over 9. Right? Again, remember, the only thing I asked you to do was, you don't have to write the original problem, but write the reciprocal down. That step has to be down. All right? All right, now let me grab the next 3, and we'll get started. All right. All right, Oscar. Tell me what to do on number 10, please.
7 9 times 114.
Times what?
114.
Don't forget the what?
Negative.
Yeah, right.
And you cross out 7 and 14 to 1 and 2.
So your final answer?
Negative
Negative what?
118.
Yeah, negative 1 over 18. Pretty happy with that. All right. All right, Austin, come on. Don't let me down here, buddy. 11. What do I have to do first?
Sometimes 5 is 10, so it's 11 over 5.
Yes. Now is my answer going to be negative or positive?
It's going to be positive.
Yeah. So does everybody agree? If the answer is positive, would I even write down the negatives?
No.
No, because that can be confusing. But you need to make sure that your answer is positive, and then just ignore the 2 negatives. All right? So you said it was what again? I forgot.
11 over 5.
Beautiful. 11 over 5 divided by what?
11 over,
Well, divided by, let's first get it.
Over.
Yeah, okay, I like what you said. All right, but I'm just going to go slow. I'm gonna do all the workout. So 11/5 divided by 11/3, right? And now what?
Now you can divide by the
So not divide, I mean, you're right, multiply by the reciprocal. So it becomes 11/5 times what? Beautiful, and now what happens?
Now you can X the 11 times.
Yep, cross out the 11s. Final answer?
Is 3 over.
Yes, 3/5. Nice. Ready? Give it a shot, buddy. You're up. Anybody have any questions with number 11? All right, Trimble, go. Number 12, buddy. Right.
4.
Now I'm doing, how do I fix this again? You mean improper. That's okay, though. Now, the reason I want to tell you, the reason why they call it a mixed fraction is because it's a whole number and a fraction. So it's mixed between a whole number and a fraction. That's why they call it a mixed fraction. Improper is when the numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay? So do you remember how to change 719 to mixed or to improper?
Yeah. So 7.
Yes. Yes. So what is that? That's right. Plus 1. Yes. 64/9. Okay, now we're going to go divided by still, because now you got to fix this one. 4 over what? Yes, 4/3. Now again, I'm going to go ahead and just put the negative in there, just so it's the same thing. Now what?
64.
Times what? Yes. Now is your final answer going to be positive or negative? That is correct. It's going to be negative. Now what can I reduce? And that becomes a 4 goes into 64. Let's do the mental math. You ready? 4 goes into 4 what? 1. Right? Now 4 goes into 6 how many times? Well, 4 goes into 6 how many times? Once. With how many left over? 2. So I put a 2 in the top corner. There you go, 16. Do you agree with that? Okay. So now your final answer is negative what? Yes, negative 16/3. You okay with that? All right, that's what I'm talking about, guys. All right, Davis. Uh-oh, let me find something for you. I don't want to do 13. I'm not going to do the letters or the algebra part of it right now. We're really just concentrating on the numbers. What?
But if you would do it,
What? If I would do what?
the algebra,
We're not doing that. All right, I don't want you doing it.
so not for homework.
Oscar, I'm not sure what you're not hearing. We're not doing that. Did I tell you what did I tell you about the assignment? Don't write the numbers down because I'm going to change it. You hear me? All right, so I'm doing the homework with you. Okay? So if I say don't do it, trust me, you don't have to worry about it. All right, I promise you. I don't trick you on anything. All right, I tell you what you need to know. All right, Davis. 17. You just have to tell. Everybody's just got to look up. When I call your name, it's going to tell me what the answer is. What is it? Come on, loud and proud, man. What's the reciprocal?
-5/1.
Yeah, come on. Hey, listen, if you don't know something, you just got to tell me, okay? All right, come on now, guys. Everybody's got to pay attention.
8
Next.
over 49.
Well, first I want you to tell me what it is.
Oh. So what it really is it's 49 over 8.
Yes, 49 over 8. And then the reciprocal.
8 over 49.
Yes, 8 over 49. Beautiful.
Oh.
All right. Yes, sir, Mr.
19 over 10.
Yes, beautiful. 19 over 10. What do we got here, Weber? Let's fix it first.
48, 30, 37,
Wait, don't forget the what, though? Yes. So the reciprocal would be?
7,
Yes, negative 7 over 30. Beautiful.
number 19.
Thank you, Mr. Strickland. 19 over 1, it's just the same as 1 over 19. I'm very happy with that. Rivers, yes. Let's do 22.
Negative 1 over 54.
I'm happy with you on that. Negative 1 over 54. All right, Morgan, why don't you finish us off here? 23, what is that going to be?
Well, it would be 17 over 3. And 3.
Nice. All right, Kiara, you're up.
It would be negative 12 over 1.
Beautiful. Negative 1 over 12. And then Ryan, go ahead.
Then it's negative 9 over 2.
Beautiful. Negative 9 over 2. Anybody have any issues with that? Does everybody agree? Come on, that's kind of easy now. If you knew multiplication, you know division. Same thing. All right. So now, here is your, what time do we get out?
Oh, out at, so we get at 51 and it is 34.
Right, so here we go, guys. Listen, your assignment, all I'm asking you to do, homework, 26 through 33. Now listen, some of you guys, I'm going to call you to my desk. I'm going to say your homework is unacceptable. It's too sloppy, right? Am I giving you a lot of homework problems? That's not really that many homework problems. I want it neat. I want you to skip a line, all right? Now, if you have to convert it to an improper fraction, you should convert it to an improper fraction so I can see that you convert it to an improper fraction, and then you do what? Multiply by the reciprocal. So listen to me. I want, since we only have 8 problems, I want you to write the original problem nice and neat and organized so I can see exactly what you're doing, all right? It's very hard. If you notice, look guys, look up on the board please, because I'm not trying to nitpick you guys, but again, I'm trying to show you how I write in nice block letters, right? I space out. You know, some of you guys have your work literally like this. You put it here, and then you put it here, and then you're putting it close here. And how am I supposed to see any of that? I cannot see that. You stack it on top of each other, and then I'm going, I can't read any of that. I need to read it. You understand me? All right? So after you do them, all right, I want you to do me a favor and do what to your answers? Check your answers. All right? And then find your mistake if you made a mistake. All right? So you're going to write the original problem. You're going to space out. All right? Space the problems out. And I want to be able to read every detail of your problem. That's what I want. All right? So we don't have that many. All right, and some of you guys who are doing well, you might be able to finish before the bell rings, but you still have to do what? Check your answers, please. All right, we have another little quiz on Friday, which is going to be super easy for you. All right, anybody have any questions? If you know how to multiply and divide, it's going to be easy. All right, thank you guys for a great day, especially the boys. This is how it should act every single day. Good job.